Okay. Oh, motherfucking K.
I would say okay in Spanish, but I'm pretty sure it sounds the same. So,
Welcome back
Benvenidos.
to another recording of this shit's cracking.
Crack.
Thank you guys for joining us again.
Should have like a little thing down the screen. Crack when you say cracking.
Stop giving our editor more work to do. He's stressed as is.
He hasn't even done the work he was already supposed to do.
Oh man, don't say he gotta watch these recordings, right?
Yeah. It's gonna be some inspiration. I don't know.
But welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
Thank you guys for being safe and tuning in again. For all you guys out there, all 17 of you,
I think it's 10.
No.
We got 17?
We got up there on the views.
What?
Still a little bit, yeah.
Dang,
I was so
17.
proud, man. Cheers.
Hey.
All that good jazz. Proud of you guys for
We moving on up.
Yeah.
Copyright.
It's a slow but steady progress. I
Yeah.
can't be happier. But yeah, appreciate you guys for running up the views on the past couple videos. And thank you again for joining us. Like
Well,
I
we
said,
got 17 subscribers or 17 views.
we
on
got
it?
17 subscribers.
Oh, snap. Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mad, right?
Yeah. You know what idiots like to us here. I stand up. Yeah.
Man, so yeah, we're just going to take this first shot and then we'll just get right into it.
Yep.
I can't really ramble.
Straight. What? How's it? Let's.
Straight whiskey.
No. I was gonna say let's do a straight no chaser. I guess.
Okay.
Going in. Whatever.
Cheers.
Salud. Sancha, or as Kirk would say.
Not bad for a $9 bottle of whiskey.
We went a little cheap this week, guys. So
We went
funds
cheap.
were a little light.
We went cheap last week, and it's the bottles from last week.
No, we had the bottle from. We had tequila last week. It was the middle tier.
I'm just saying we bought these last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We knew we was gonna run out of money eventually, so
It's not even that. Stop. No, people, don't listen to him. We're fine financially.
We're running on fumes.
We need you guys to subscribe.
Why does it say trying to reconnect?
Yeah, don't listen to him. We're not running on fumes, guys. But we would like more subscribers. Anyway, so for the intro,
We're gonna do some more rambling.
we're gonna do some more rambling.
Hey.
First and foremost, I'm gonna just share my screen real quick. There's a couple things I want to share with you guys. First and foremost, found this on TikTok. I love this guy. He's hilarious. Right?
Hilarious guy. Okay.
He does these skits of an overzealous credit card company. Right? I hope you can hear this. Here we go.
Okay.
He has a whole, but they go off, absolutely popping.
Like a taken situation.
Yeah. But he goes in. I'll share more of these as the following weeks go. He's hilarious. And next, I found this.
Why are they always in China?
This is Yao Ming and the rest of
Yao Ming was 7'6", he's 7'5".
Is she his family?
No, I don't think so. They don't say the same as Zhang Zui.
Like,
Yeah.
that's loud. That is loud.
That ain't even fair.
Mm-mm.
She ain't gotta do anything. Like, what the hell? She playing against adults or other 16-year-olds?
They're other 16-year-olds.
Oh.
Yeah, I bet when she comes out,
can she shoot free throws? Fowler.
punch her in the boob.
Let's see if she can shoot from the free throw line.
Look at them trying to block her out. Yeah. It's not even happening.
Oh yeah.
Let me guess what the score was for this game.
She had all 89 points.
Oh my god! I love that she's like trying to run too, and her gangly legs.
At the travel.
Oh.
She really lifted her pivot foot.
Her gangly arms and legs aren't even helping her out at all. Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. She tall.
Oh, and this
she
dude
said no.
This dude proposes to his woman after a loss.
After a loss.
After a loss. And
come on, she can't say yes to a loser.
No, that was mean. I was expecting just a simple no. She said, "I like winners." So, for his sake, she's not okay in the face. I think you dodged a bullet there, bud.
Yeah.
Like her forehead and her nose run on the same plane. Yeah, that's rough. It's all right, bud.
Hey, man, it's hard to lose twice in the same octagon the same night, but
you found a way to do it. But that's all I got for sharing today. But we also have something else to cover. You said
Happy Juneteenth, everybody. That was last Wednesday.
That was Wednesday.
And we all thought the whole Drake and Kendrick thing was over. Everybody, the consensus was that Kendrick won. But then he did a victory lap.
Kendrick just being a bully at this point.
Yeah. I mean, he did a victory lap. Juneteenth, he had a pop-out show, planned it 2 weeks at the Forum in Los Angeles. And everybody showed out. Packed house. He had LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan. You had YG. E40 was narrating it. Dr. Dre was there.
Freaking Tyler, the Creator, came out.
Tyler, the Creator. Yeah, they had 3 different sets on there. They had Bloods, Crips, Pyros, all that stuff.
Saw that. I think Snoop made a post like, "Hey, you the king of the West." This, that, the other.
Crowned him the king. So did what's his name, Charlemagne the God from the Breakfast Club.
No one cares what Charlemagne said. I mean, he's got pulled, but
but he crowned him the king of hip hop. So. Yeah, and then you got everybody. So that whole, I watched it. That whole thing. It was a great show. It was a great showing. Of course, me being from California, I liked it. Of course, I did. Right?
Biased
opinion. Not gonna lie. Yeah, but no, it was great. I mean, you had 3 different sets. Bloods, Crips. Like I said, everybody was on stage. Ain't no violence breaking out. And then, of course, he had to hit him. All the diss tracks were saying, except for what was the one that he talked about his kids and
family?
Meet the Grams.
No, Meet the Grams.
Yeah, he performed all the diss songs besides Meet the Grams. And the fans knew the song. Like, the fans were singing word for word. Everybody was like, damn. I was like...
All his tracks has been on repeat for the past month.
Drake sold his house in wherever it was in L.A., so...
I mean, rightfully so, after what Kendrick did to him, but still...
Yeah, and then, of course, he performed not like us, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 times consecutive in a different way. It would pause in the middle, start back over. Everybody was losing their shit. And then at the end, he brought on everybody on stage. Russell Westbrook was up there, DeMar DeRozan, doing all that, So, yeah, if this was a victory lap, and I was reading something. If this was a victory lap, then somebody said, "No, this is like who was the dude that wrote the Art of War, Sun Chi or whatever?
Sun Tzu.
Yeah, something like that, right? But then somebody said this is a master class in how to win a beef. He done lapped him.
Listen, he did what Drake did to Meek Mills. You know what I'm saying?
Drake never did a pop out and said
Drake, but freaking back to back became
an anthem.
summer single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got him with that one, but
Yeah.
that's what I'll say. Like, if there was a script you was gonna write on how to demolish the rap beef, I think Kendrick put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's word out there that if I think this beef is over, and hopefully it is for everybody's sake.
Yeah.
But there's also somebody said Kendrick has 7 more diss tracks lined up for him if he wants them. So at this point, just take the L, move on.
I think I was watching an interview from Lil Wayne, and he's like, what makes I think the interview asked something along the lines of what makes you so special, what makes you put out hit after hit. He's like, there's nothing special about me. I just work. I outwork people, and that's what's scary to people. I outwork these motherfuckers, and while they're doing this, that, and the other, I'm in the studio constantly, and it's not even like I go in there with written shit.
Mm-hmm.
I just go.
Yeah, because I heard he doesn't write anymore because
Yeah.
it just clouded. So he just goes in there and just records everything,
Exactly.
spits it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And just whatever lines up, he's just like putting tracks together. Yeah. And that's exactly what the fuck Kendrick did with this fucking beef. He just went in there and it was just like, nigga, fuck your mama. What? Why? What did my mom do to you?
He raised the, what do you call him? Raised the something. One of the songs he said, raised the, I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Something.
Raised the, I don't know, something.
But yeah, it was a great showing. Good, united a whole, I mean, it's not a lot of things that can unite 3 different gangs, but apparently Kendrick can. So.
The funny thing is, like, the Bloods and Crips, not inherently violent, right? The reason they started was because the police and everything like that were cracking down on their communities, and the Black Panther Party weren't as active anymore, so they came into that vacuum of power to provide protection. And it just got twisted as younger people with screwed up ideals and everything came in, but the people on stage that night were the OGs, the ones who were running shit. And if there was ever a time to arrest motherfuckers, that would have been the night. Right? Cops were there fucking bumping to the shit too.
Cops, I'm off duty. We here to support.
They look at the ground as these motherfuckers are walking past them.
But everybody was vibing. LeBron James showed in the crowd, bumping to all this song, which is funny because LeBron James, I think, has a partnership with Drake on the Los Lobos tequila or whatever. Yep. So I don't know how that's gonna work out. That's awkward.
I think there was tickets on will call for Drake at like every Lakers game after the partnership. Yeah. I think there was something I read somewhere. I can't fucking. Don't quote me on this. There was tickets on will call for Drake and like 20 people.
I don't think he's going to Lakers games anytime soon.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Not after this stuff. No, shame. Yeah. That's sad. It's sad to see a friendship break up like this.
Yeah. But it was a whole success. Everybody was talking about it. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing the "Not Like Us" beats or people saying "Not Like Us." A minor, wop wop wop.
My son is the lady I'm talking to. Their kids. Her kids are all over that "They Not Like Us" beat, right? I think she was telling me that they went to families and that song came on and they sung that thing word for word.
Yeah, there's little kids that know it. I don't even know. I just know parts of it.
I was upstairs and my sister, my son was on the phone with my niece. Yeah. And my sister was texting me at the same time, like, "Oh, you listen to They Not Like Us on repeat on your house." I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like Caleb's singing it over the phone. Like, what? And I was tipped my way downstairs and show he's in here in this room on his phone, just bumping to it. The song's not playing. He's going word for word on this shit. Oh my god!
Yeah, they ain't like us. I don't
know. I'm sorry, Drake. My son knows it is a problem. He doesn't memorize songs unless it's like Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse. He doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, you
A
got
rap
little
beef
kids,
song?
bro.
Shit.
And they gonna grow up with it. So that's all they gonna remember.
It was a rap the second that Kids Bop got it.
Yeah.
It was a rap the second Kids Bop got it. It was problems.
No, that's it was a showing. It was great. That's why, like I said, I watched it. They streamed it on Amazon Prime. Not the simultaneously when the concert was going on. It was on Amazon Prime, so people could watch
the
it.
live stream shit.
Yeah, it was on Twitch too. They said.
Yeah, I remember them saying it was on Twitch.
It was on then, so everybody was watching. I didn't watch it because I forgot that it was on, and then I ended up watching it later. And then I was like, "Ah, shit!" And then I guess the best part of it was when he brought out Dre, and they did this. I don't know if did you see any of it or not.
The part that keeps getting replayed was when he did it's probably A minor, and the crowd just kept going, and he was like,
yeah.
And even after the A minor part was done, he kept doing this, and they kept going. I was like, oh shit.
The part like that started the first one, like Dre came out, he did like Still Dre, and then something else, so did another song, and the crowd, he shushed the crowd, and then he hit him with the psst, I see that baby. And the whole
lost their shit. Yeah.
And that's when the first one started, and I was like, damn. Ugh. Yeah, I mean,
for those of you who don't know, the dead people he's seeing is Drake. Okay, that was the joke.
It led back to the first one, Euphoria, where he called, or no, like that one, Pet Cemetery.
Pet Cemetery, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's
Kendrick's being a bully.
Yeah, I mean,
at this point, yeah.
I don't know. Drake kind of started it, but
how do you start? This nigga gave him a compliment. Him and J. Cole gave him a compliment. How did he pick a fight?
But there's a backstory to it, right? Like I don't want to get into it because we're how long we got?
No, get into it. We don't have a book segment.
Right. So 2013, right? I was reading the story, right? Marcellus Wiley, right? That's the time where he was working for ESPN on Sports Nation with Michelle Beadle and Max Kellerman, right? Drake hosted the ESPYs that year. Was going to host the ESPYs. He hadn't hosted it yet because it was later down the line, right? So I guess Marcellus Wiley, he used to be an NFL player playing season for like 9-10 seasons, defensive end, but he lives in LA, so he's pretty close to everybody. He was friends with this guy named Punch, right, who happens to be one of Top Dog's friends, who's, of course, the owner of Top Dog Entertainment, who Kendrick ran with. Kendrick ran with Schoolboy Q, Absol, J-Rock, and all of them, right? So in 2013, 2012, I forget what year it was, Drake was on Sports Nation doing this thing, promos, because he was hosting the ESPYs or something like that. And then during that time, he said some unkindly things about Kendrick during one of the interviews or doing some of the process, right? Marcellus Wiley thought everybody was cool, right? And he's like, oh, that's kind of weird that he's saying all this stuff about Kendrick specifically. Yeah. So after the show stopped, or after the show got done recording, like I said, he's cool with Punch, right, who knew Top Dog. And he's like, hey, I didn't know, blah, 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 blah. So we just had Drake on the set, and he was all this, that, and the other every time we brought up Kendrick or how the relationship was. And then Punch was like, who else knows about this? Well, whoever was here. He's like, all right, don't tell anybody else or keep it under wraps. And then I guess Punch told Top Dog. Top Dog, of course, told Kendrick, and Kendrick was just like, okay, who else knows? Yeah, so all right, so cool. So then I guess Drake's people reached out to ESPN and said, hey, don't air the episode or else Drake's not going to do the ESPYs. So they pulled the episode, obviously, right? And then Kendrick was on a week or two later on the same Sports Nation show, and they asked him about it. And he just said, oh, whatever, it is what it is, da-da-da-da. And I think later, what was it, 2016 when Kendrick released Damn, the album? There was a couple of songs on there, were an Element especially. Oh, if I have a drag a pussy ethnic, like it looks sexy. That was a direct shot at Drake, but nobody really knew who he was talking about. There's a lot of lines on there that, and he did a couple other songs too that were directed. He was taking subliminal at Drake. So, like I said, this goes way back.
So what you're telling me is
this goes way back.
7 diss tracks. Kendrick's been recording them, just waiting.
He's always been lyrically better, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned this like time after time. If it was bar for bar, Kendrick was always going to win, and
he just picked the right motherfucker to fight, and he wouldn't.
And some people thought Drake had him from the beginning because he was a bigger superstar.
Drake,
this, that, and the other.
Drake had clout,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, he
but
had
I'm just saying, like, as far as
so, I guess what I'm trying to say is that didn't start it, but that's what led to it. Like, and that led to the subliminal this, that, and the other between him, and they go back and forth. maybe Drake didn't read too much into it because he tried to get him on first person shooter with J. Cole and he said no. I guess Drake got mad at that too. So I don't know.
Here's the thing. I'm not even talking about Drake at this point. I'm just saying if J. Cole would have stuck to his fucking.
I think it would have been more about J. Cole versus Kendrick than Drake or J. Cole versus Kendrick instead of Drake would have just been like, wait, what about me?
Mm-hmm. He would have been more the side character. Yeah. But the fact that
once J. Cole bowed out, I left Drake on an island.
He focused. He was like, okay, cool. I don't have to record 2 diss tracks a day.
For each one. Yeah. So, yeah, he left Drake on an island. So, hey, I guess the biggest winner of this all is J. Cole, right?
J. Cole for fucking realizing the danger. Yeah. J. Cole's just out there doing his goddamn concerts here and there. But
yeah, that led into everything until finally the first shot was fired by Kendrick and like that. And then Drake tried. He tried. He really did. But at the end, we all knew he wasn't going to win.
It's rough. It's rough. Poor thing. But
if you haven't heard it, it's streaming everywhere. Not like
don't encourage it. The beef was just ending, man. I know we only got like 17
it's
subscribers.
It's probably not going to end until the end of the summer, right?
I know we
like
only
Drake's
got 17
just needs to chill out. He's probably going to make another hit album or hit song or whatever. It's going to blow over at some point, but you got to stop with the sneak dissing, bro.
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know if Drake's going to recover from this, man. I don't know. Like,
no, because they were talking about that. Kendrick has a specific. He is the culture, right? When it comes to hip hop, because anybody who's a real hip hop head or whatever, how you want to say it, right? Will say Kendrick is the better rapper of the two. It's kind of like that whole thing when Nas and Jay-Z went at it back in the day. Everybody who's with the culture or is hip hop specific says Nas, right? Anybody who's with the pop or, that's outside of that circle, like with the pop charts, exactly, is going to say Jay-Z. And it's kind of like the same thing. Like Drake has different, he doesn't just have the one crowd that he plays to. He plays to the white people. He plays to the, all the other stuff. Kendrick just he does have people, but he doesn't have as many, right?
Yeah, he got the streets, he got the hood, he got the main
he's got the culture, right? Everybody's saying he is the culture, right? So, yeah. So anybody who said, but that's the weird part though is when people will say Nas one, people say Jay-Z when everybody said Kendrick one. that was the weird thing, right? So even though I think Ether was a harder track than Takeover, but
But Takeover's doing numbers though.
Yeah. It did. Yeah. It was more radio friendly.
Yeah.
But honestly, then they also interviewed the dude that he's like the CEO of the Grammys or something like that. He's in charge of the voting or something like that. And he said, not like us, it's possible it could be nominated for a Grammy. If
best song of the year?
If that diss track wins a Grammy.
That would be the first. No, wait. Did Back to Back win a Grammy? No, Back to Back did not win a Grammy. And
they said the voters like Kendrick because he already has 17 Grammys. So
that'd be rough, nigga. If your diss track
wins a Grammy,
that's fucking hard, man. Anyway, all right, but that's the intro.
Yeah,
that is the intro. Let's get into.
Feel free to leave your comments at the bottom.
Please tell us who you think won.
We are not affiliated with any sort of gangs or nothing. So just to throw that out there,
we're not promoting Bloods or Crips or Pa Rules or.
Potholes or potholes. I'm kidding, y'all. That was a joke.
Oh my God.
Kendrick, I'm just kidding. I don't need you to make a diss song about this podcast.
Crack ass niggas.
Although it probably would get the subscribers up though.
Kendrick, please diss us. Talk about us.
And then come on the show and do an interview.
Numbers.
Hey.
Fuck it.
We'd have the hip hop community.
That's a pipe dream.
We'd have the culture on our side.
All right. So we're moving into the next segment, which is sports.
Cancun. Oh, no, sport. That was really
God damn, you filled this motherfucker, didn't you?
I did on both.
Danny.
K-Pasa.
What's cracking in sports this week, bro?
Sports. All right. In honor of Kirk, I just have thought there's nothing else on. But there was a hockey game on yesterday. Game 7 of the NHL Stanley Cup Finals.
In honor of Kirk, we're talking about hockey.
Yeah.
Some shit.
And
I
there's another
figured we'd
surprise
be
after
talking
this,
about
too.
soccer.
There's another surprise,
Oh,
too.
no.
So, I guess this was an interesting series, right?
Mhm.
I just followed it because I watch SportsCenter every night or every now and then. But it was the Edmonton Oilers versus the Florida Panthers, right?
Those are teams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the Panthers are from Florida, and then Edmonton is somewhere in Canada. Don't quote me.
Wait. So hockey's like a worldwide thing?
Well, no, they have teams in Canada and the U.S.
Just Canada and U.S.
Well, for the
nobody
NHL.
else.
For the NHL.
There's
For the National
other
Hockey
leagues?
League. Well, they have like Canadian leagues and Russian league and stuff like that. But everybody plays in the
All the places that have ice.
And it's kind of like the NBA, right? It's the main league everybody wants to play in because everybody gets paid.
Oh,
And like
okay.
they have other leagues elsewhere, right? But yeah, that's what the NHL is where all the best players want to play at, right? But they have teams like several teams in Canada, stuff like that.
Okay.
But anyways, Edmonton Oilers, historic franchise, and you got your Florida Panthers, right? Florida Panthers went up 3-0. It's best of 7. They went up 3-0 on the Edmonton Oilers, right? And I guess what made this series, everybody thought it was over. It was going to be a sweep. But on the other side, you have Connor McDavid, who's considered to be the best player in the NHL, right? Storm back, take the next 3, force a game 7. Whoo, right? He's on a historic pace. He has like 42 points total. He's
in
like,
a hockey game?
No, I'm saying like points over the playoffs,
Okay.
right? So he's only behind Mario Lemieux and Wayne Gretzky, right?
Okay.
Which Wayne Gretzky is considered the greatest player of all time. Mario Lemieux
I know
is
that
not
name.
Yeah. I would say I'm pretty sure you know that.
Wayne Gretzky.
Mario Lemieux is not too far behind, considered one of the greatest players of all time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Forced a game 7. We were actually watching this game in the store yesterday, right? Entertaining back and forth, people getting checked, people hitting the floor, people bodying people, so then but the Florida Panthers ended up winning 2-1 to win the Stanley Cup, so they didn't collapse completely, right? Okay. So then came after the game, right? So and hockey does this weird thing where you know how in the NBA or NFL, right, they do regular season awards, who's the MVP and stuff like that. In hockey, they do the best playoff performance. That's called the Conn Smythe Trophy, which is hockey's MVP, right? Usually it goes to the winning team, whoever played the best in the Stanley Cup or the playoffs, right? Didn't happen because Connor McDavid.
Connor McGregor. This man is multifaceted.
Hey, but Connor McDavid ended up winning it because he went on a tear that hasn't been seen since Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux, right? Mm-hmm. But the commissioner was out there said, the winner of the Conn Smythe, which is the MVP for the playoffs, right, was Connor McDavid, right? But he just lost Game 7, so he didn't come out to receive the trophy, right? And the game was in Florida, and then he said after the game, he's like, "Hey, they won. I didn't want to take away from the celebration, right? I just want to be with my teammates because we just lost this game, right?" And everybody was like, "Yeah, that's cool." So begs the question: should the playoff MVP go to the winning team? Right? It does in every other sport. Only time it didn't happen was in the NBA Finals the first year when Jerry West won it when he was on a losing team, right? Uh-huh. But this has happened like 6 times, so that's kind of awkward. So if I were the NHL, that has to be, if you're going to do that, do it like a day or 2 after the game and say the Conn Smythe winner was. So that way
the winning team gets their celebration.
Exactly. So, okay. And it was if it was like in Edmonton or something like that, maybe differently, but it was on the other team's home floor, ice, whatever you want to call it. And they just won. And then you're going to bring this guy out to like pretty much, hey, you just lost, but here you go. Yeah.
I'm in agreement with you as far as like waiting.
Yeah. Right? And then that's what everybody was saying. You should have just waited. Mm-hmm.
Good for that guy for not trying to take away any of the shine from the winning team.
Stand up dude.
Fucking sportsmanship right there. But yeah, I agree. Like they should open it to not just the winning teams as far as the
Conn Smythe.
MVPs. Yeah. No, in any sport, like best player overall from the season, not just from the playoff games.
No, it's like any other season has like regular season awards and then your playoff awards, right? But the playoff MVP, finals MVP usually goes to somebody on the winning team.
Okay, so there's the season MVP and then the playoff
I don't think the NHL has that, right? It's just at the end, they give out the MVP to whoever's the best in the playoffs, right? And the Conn Smythe, right? I don't know who Conn Smythe is, but I just heard the word and I was like, that's kind of cool.
Fucking word it.
You're welcome, Kirk. You're watching, man.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so congratulations to the Florida Panthers. Here's a weird thing, or here's a cool connection, right? Jason Tatum, when part of the Boston Celtics, won the championship. He went to high school with one of the dudes that won the on the Florida Panthers side. They were in the same grade and everything.
Okay, so
I can't pronounce his last name. Chuck. They're both from St. Louis, but
there
yeah.
you go. I'm convinced that the game is rigged.
Yeah.
It's rigged. Okay, there's no
But
way.
yeah, St. Louis stand up.
People been clowning Tatum.
What?
Have you seen it?
No, what happened?
So people are saying that he tried to have like a bunch of meme moments, right? He tried to copy LeBron's pose with the trophy, or Kobe's pose with the trophy. You know how that pose where Kobe had this trophy and his towel over his head, and you know that iconic pose with his MVP trophy. He with the I think it was Deshaun, I can't remember it, but yeah, it's like anything is possible.
Oh, Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything is possible. He tried to have that moment.
He said something else though. He's like, I don't know. I forgot what he said, but it wasn't that memorable.
He tried to copy Steph Curry's "What they gonna say now?"
Yeah.
You know what they gonna say now? And then he tried to copy what's his name? Kanye West's. I wonder what they asked what I would do if we didn't win. I guess we'll never know. you know that he tried to copy all those iconic moments to try and have an iconic moment himself, and it didn't work. I
guess the best iconic moment would be when he lifted his son up and they took the picture. So that'd probably be the best one.
But they clowned him for everything else. It's rough going.
Sorry, Jason Tatum, you were champion. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You make a lot more money than we do. So go ahead. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then moving on. So NBA draft is tomorrow. All right. Tomorrow and the next day. So we're going to find out who goes number one. Wide open draft. Nobody really knows who's going to go. And of course, everybody wants to know where Bronny lands.
I think Bronny's in round 2, right?
It's projected, but somebody might sneak in and take him. Lakers have a 17 pick.
I think Atlanta has like the first draft pick, right?
Yep.
And I don't think they have enough money to pull him to Atlanta.
Doesn't matter. When you get drafted, there's a certain slot already. The money's already there.
Oh, you don't pick? You don't get a choice? You don't get the decline?
I mean, you could sit out, but I'm just saying, like, everybody goes in the first round knows you're getting a 4-year deal. It's just a matter of semantics at that point.
But let's be honest. Bronny doesn't have the pedigree to...
But he's got a good agent.
He's got LeBron as his daddy. Yeah, but
he got a good agent.
But he got a good agent, but he doesn't have a good player record. Enough for them to sacrifice a first round draft pick.
Yeah, no, but it comes down to, I guess, when you're drafting somebody, especially in the NBA, it's like you're drafting them off potential. What can they become, right? So if somebody thinks, oh, he's going to be, Chris Paul or something of that ilk, somebody's going to take a shot on him.
It could end up being a freaking Kobe thing where they, like fucking high school metrics and they fucking draft him.
But they always said his game always would translate to the NBA better than it did college. So, and plus after that whole heart attack thing, cardiac arrest thing, everybody knew he wasn't going to have a stellar college season, right? Yeah. So he was just getting back. So, yeah. But like I said, he has the frame. He has like a 6'7" wingspan. He's like 6'1", 6'2", something like that. So
he's tall. His daddy's LeBron. Anyway, moving on.
You would think he would be taller. No.
Think he'd be like 7'5", like girl.
I don't know who her parents were, but definitely wasn't. That was fine. But then NBA free agency starts on the 30th, right? So we already had a trade leading into this. Mikal Bridges from the Nets is going to New York, right? Joining his teammates. So here's the thing, right? New York's known as the Nova Knicks, right? Because they have like 3 dudes that played together in college: Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Dante DiVincenzo. So missing piece was Mikal Bridges for the Nets, and they just got him.
The draft?
Yeah, no, they got him.
They
traded for him.
From where?
The Knicks traded for the Nets, so they gave him like a bunch of first round picks and a player.
The nigga was in New York anyway.
He was in Brooklyn.
Close
crossing
enough.
The bridge. No.
Close enough.
Different borough. Not familiar with New York.
God. I'm gonna get so much hate. So much hate. Hey. Like, we're not New York. They not us.
They not like us. But yeah, so free agency starts on the 30th. So there's already been talks of trades and who's going where. Paul George is a free agent, probably the biggest one on the board, and everybody wants to see what LeBron does, if he's going to opt out, opt in. So we'll see what happens. They have up until the 29th to decide that. So
this possibly might be his last year playing with his son. Playing against his son.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, we don't know.
To the Lakers.
Lakers do have a first round pick.
Well, I thought they were in the second round.
No, the Lakers have a 17th pick, and then they also have a second round pick. So.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
that's
so we'll see if they coerce him enough to play with his father, and this might be LeBron's last season.
Well, yeah. All right. Moving on. Two of the biggest sporting events that are going on right now just happens to be soccer. Shout out, Kirk.
No,
The Euros 2024, which is one of England or one of Europe's biggest tournaments. It's the international play, right? So everybody's playing. And you also have Copa America, which is all the Americas, all the best teams, international play, right? That kicked off a couple days ago. Both tournaments did. It's your usual suspects: France, England. Everybody's moving on over in Europe. And then over here in Copa America, United States won the other day 2-0. Mexico beat Jamaica, unfortunately, 1-0.
There's always a war in this house. There's always a fight.
Yeah. So we'll see how that wraps up. But
Reggae boys haven't been good for a hot minute.
Yeah, they might make the World Cup though, surprisingly.
We'll see. We'll see.
World Cup is in United States, Mexico, and Canada. So,
come on, Jamaica. I know y'all y'all don't even have track right now. Shakira Richards is doing fucking numbers.
And then that's gonna be the next thing. U.S. trials, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever happen to Thing Mo? Oh, that's her name. No. She's defending 800-meter champ, right? But I guess she got tangled up with some feet, fell down, and now she missed the. She didn't make her time. Okay. Yeah, because I guess in the United States, is top 3 people advance, and then I guess every other country has a system in place where if something like that happens, you can advance based on your accolades and winnings and stuff like that from previously. Nah, son,
not U.S.
You out of luck. Hard.
U.S. is a fucking pedigree.
Sorry, dog.
Pedigree system. You gotta make those numbers or else you get put down.
Top 3. Top 3. Yeah. So I guess she's out, and then but we have. Yeah, so we'll see. But they say she can't make the relay team, so I don't know how she feels about that.
So we'll see.
Yeah, but yeah. So we'll see how soccer, football, however you want to call it, whoever's watching, see how that shakes out, see what's going on there. All right. You want to add anything to that one? No? All right. Moving on to boxing, UFC.
Punching faces.
Hey-yo. Everybody's favorite pastime. So boxing, right? Big. I wouldn't say it's a big fight, but it's a pretty interesting fight. You got Teofimo Lopez versus Steve Claggett. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his last name.
Wait, is that coming up or is that past?
This is the Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, Teofimo Lopez. He was considered. He's the WBO super lightweight champion, which is 140 pounds. So he's defending it against Steve Claggett. So we'll see what happens. Teofimo Lopez is one of those guys that's interesting fighter, right? If he wins this one, he could fight a bevy of different guys. Gervonta Davis is being mentioned. Shakur Stevenson. Some other guys that I can't name right now, but
they have names.
Yeah. So we'll see how that one shakes out. And then just happened, Ryan Garcia got suspended for 1 year for the PED.
For what?
For the PED use. Remember we were talking about this last week? He got hit with Ostertane or whatever.
I was drunk last week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Continue.
But he got hit with the 1 year suspension for PED use against Devin Haney. And then Devin Haney's gone on this thing. Well, see, I told you he was a cheater, da-da-da. But everybody's like, bro, you still lost. It's like, shut up. You didn't look good at all. He mopped the floor with you. You had no shot. None whatsoever. So then I guess now Devin Haney's taking a year off so he wants to rematch with Ryan Garcia because he's the money man. So. Because his popularity, so
technically, yeah. I mean, everybody's chasing the bag, so it's understandable why he would.
Yeah, so he got offered a fight because he's still technically the whatever belt he holds, and then he was only gonna get paid like $1.2 million. He's like, I haven't been paid that much since da 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 da. I was like, bro, you're not entertaining. I was
1.2, nigga, I'll take one. I'll fight whoever for 1.2.
He's like, you're not entertaining. Everybody's like, bro, just stop.
Nigga, I'll fight Jake Paul for 1.2. What?
Yeah. But yeah, then we got a big UFC event, UFC 303. This was supposed to be Conor McGregor's return, but he pulled out because of a broken pinky toe. So he ain't playing. He ain't fighting this weekend. So apparently he took an X-ray or whatever. The X-ray looked fine, but apparently he had a broken pinky. I don't know.
He's like, look, it's broken. Everybody's like, nah. He's like, I promise it's broken. Stop lying, bro.
So I guess he's pulled out. But we do have an interesting one. Alex Pereira versus Juri Porosjaka. This is a rematch. They fought a couple years back. They fought a couple months back. Pierre ended up winning by knockout, so this is a rematch. So it should be a good one.
Okay.
The Porosjaka is an action fighter.
So striker.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're gonna be standing up.
Nice,
They're gonna
nice,
be
nice.
standing up. And then you got Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez. This is one of those fights that got made at the last minute because a whole bunch of dropouts happened. So they stepped up to make this fight. Interesting one though. At welterweight, you got Ian Machado Gary versus Michael Venden Page. Remember that one time we were talking about this awkward dude just taking swings from random places?
Yeah.
That's Michael Page. So he's fighting on this one.
Okay.
So
That'd be fun. to watch.
so we gonna watch that one. Definitely interested in that one.
Okay, so we have Saturday for boxing. What day?
This is Saturday too.
Saturday as well.
Yeah.
Same Saturday.
Yeah, same. But the boxing is on earlier. It's like on like at 5, and then the UFC main event starts like at 7. So you're probably not gonna watch the boxing, but at 7 we're probably gonna go Cheers again.
Listen, I'll have one streaming on my phone. And
Oh, you
one
got
on the
Caleb this
TV.
weekend?
Huh?
You got Caleb this weekend?
Always.
Oh, not
Yeah.
that one weekend.
That was a weird
Yeah.
weekend. But so are you saying are we gonna do a fight night thing? So do I need to? Have,
We might be going to Cheers. I
Okay.
got that's because that's where they always play the UFC fights.
Okay,
You got to pay
I'll,
that.
I'll let the old lady know.
Yeah, so I'll let you know for sure though, like
Okay.
on Thursday or something.
Okay,
Hey, we're
okay.
going to Cheers.
Okay.
But yeah, this should be an interesting card. So we'll see about that. And that's what was cracking in sports.
All right, good coverage. High
Hey-o.
five, guys. All right, so moving right along. Oh shit, Mom, I didn't know there was coffee in that. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I thought that was empty.
that's a waste.
I'm sorry. I thought
What a
I thought
jerk.
it was empty.
What a jerk! Party foul.
It's cold now, so there's no use drinking it. God damn it.
Alrighty, Newman.
Mm.
Question for you.
Shot first.
Who shot first? I don't know.
Guido shot first.
Ew. What is cracking in anime entertainment shows, etc.?
This week.
Movies this week.
So, 3 new episodes. Or 4 if we're covering Power as well. Yeah, we're covering Power as well. 4 new episodes. We'll start with the least eventful and move up to the most eventful. Okay, first and foremost, Demon Slayer. We see Tanjiro finally getting the acknowledgement he wants for completing his training with the #1 Hashira. And we find out the Hashira's backstory as to why he's always fucking crying.
Because he's blind.
He's just sad because he's blind.
Duh.
We get his tragic backstory of how he took care of these
Orphans.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8
Orphans.
orphans.
Just say
Yeah,
orphans.
and all was good and dandy. He was a great caretaker until one fuck ass.
Nah,
nigga.
like when he was saying that and he first telling the story, he said, "Oh, I got the food from a merchant, his leftovers." I thought the food was poison or something. And he was gonna kill him because they were gonna eat the food and everything like that. And I was like, "Oh, this is gonna take a bad turn." They just gave it to him. I was like, "I don't know." No,
he said he got it for a cheap price.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I'm saying. So I thought there was something wrong with the food.
Oh,
It was
okay.
expired or something. He gonna kill everybody. You know, I thought it was gonna lead.
You thought it
down
was
that.
going that route.
Yeah, I was like, shit! Don't eat the food, don't eat the fish.
No, but we see this fuck ass
That didn't happen.
bitch ass
Dude.
orphan that ends up leading a demon that was chasing him. Made an agreement with this demon to, hey, I'll basically give you these other people if you keep me alive. You know, they were burning these incense to keep demons away, and this motherfucker went around smashing them. The funny thing is, that dude who sold them out, I'm pretty sure we've seen him earlier in the series as a demon. Right, so he got changed, but Tanjiro dealt with him real quick and easy. But so that was a fun callback to seeing that character again, because I remember seeing him as a human. I was like, that nigga look familiar. Yeah. Tanjiro dealt with him, but demon gets in, slaughters everybody. Old dude is like trying to protect 3 other motherfuckers. 2 of them dip out trying to fucking run past demon. Dumb idea. Why are you so dumb? They get dealt with. And this dude, the #1 Hashira, without a weapon, without his breathing training or anything, just finds out that he's fucking strong as shit. Goes toe to toe with this demon. Ends up tearing off his fucking arms. You find out how he gets that slash across his forehead. But he ends up tearing off this demon's arms and then beating this demon from nighttime to daytime. smashing his face and then keeping him from regenerating. This is unreal fucking levels of strength. And he said it. He even said it. He's like, I was scared of how strong I was. You know, I never realized how strong I was. He had managed to save one chick, and apparently, this little chick is just as blind as he was, because she reported to the authorities that he was the one who killed all the fucking orphans. Dumb little child. Dumb. And it makes sense now why he was like, "Oh, the children are all so this, that, and the other." He had a whole statement, whole spiel. But this little chick ends up with this statement to the authorities, end up getting this dude arrested. He would have been executed if the master or the leader of the Hashras didn't come and save him. So we found out his tragic backstory. All good and said. All good and done. And then next thing we know, Tanjiro is leaving. Oh, Zenitsu gets a piece of paper. Has some information on it. Zenitsu doesn't have a lot of people in his life. The one person he has, there's two people in his life that would draw this kind of reaction. One, his master, right? This old dude. He was a previous Hashira back in his life, back in his heyday, I should say. He's the one who trained him. He never got past like the first breathing technique, which is what he's using, but he's important to him. And second is his pupil, right? It's because he was training two people at once. This other guy was an asshole to him, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he becomes a demon. I don't really know. Don't quote me on it, but those two people are the only two people who draw this kind of reaction out of him. So I think it has something to do with them, this piece of paper that he got. But he's not the yelling, scared Zenitsu that we know and love. He's just melancholy. He's answering everybody in a fucking streamlined tone kind of thing. And so Zenitsu has a glow up coming soon for his skills and his maturity. So I'm looking forward to that. But Tanjiro ends up leaving them, going to meet up with the Water Hashira, which is his final step in the training process. And upon showing up, he runs into the Wind Hashira again, who he still has what's that shit called? What's that piece of paper called where you say you can't go near somebody?
Restraining order?
Restraining order. He has that restraining order against him. So he shows up. These motherfuckers are sparring. They going at it, right? And I'm busting the swords, and this Wind Hashira still wants to fight. He's like, yo, let's kill each other with our hands this time. Let's go. And freaking Tanjiro steps in like, hey, why are you guys fighting this? He doesn't know that this is training. So he steps in, interrupts the whole thing. There's a whole funny sequence there, which I want you guys to go watch, but it turns into a whole thing that the Water Hashira, because he's like super awkward with people. So it turns into a whole thing that the Water Hashira can use in the moving forward. But the next episode is going to be their training. So I'm eager to see what that looks like, because Tanjiro uses water breathing techniques and the Sashira is the master at water breathing techniques. So we'll see how this goes, and I'm definitely looking forward to his advancements, because everything else before this has been body improvement, breathing improvement, technique improvement, and now it's actual skill, like his getting training with somebody who has more advanced skills than him in his specific breathing technique. So I'm looking forward to that next episode. All right, but that's Demon Slayer. Next is My Hero Academia. Oh my god, fucking gangbusters episode. Right, we see Dabi absolutely going ham. Right, his blue flames is consuming the entire area. The other heroes that are there besides Todoroki, everybody else is fucking passing out. Yeah, these motherfuckers are supposed to be like heat resistant. There's one nigga there who can like redirect shit. Right, he's like redirecting the wind around him, so it's cool. No, it's not enough. This nigga passes out too. Dabi is absolutely going off. He's forsaking his past, forsaking Todoroki's advancement, forsaking Endeavor's all the shit he's done for the heroes and yeah, his standing in society. And he's like, yo, I'm gonna burn every fucking thing down. So it doesn't matter what you do here, you're gonna die. Thank God Dad isn't here because I would have fucking killed him. And after all this, he comes to find out that Todoroki is the perfect match for him, perfect matchup for him, because Todoroki has the whole fire and ice thing, and his ice part is cold enough. He's advanced it enough to where it's cold enough to quell his flames. And this is a challenge for Dobby because Dobby has never met anybody strong enough to put out his flames, right? Even his own dad, he's fought with him and overheated him. You'll get to see that soon. He's fought with him and able to fucking overheat him and put him out of fucking commission. So the fact that he's fighting off with his younger brother, who's like everything that he should have been, fucking gangbusters. But you get to see Dobby's new special move. It was the Flash Fire Fist, right? He's fast as shit. Fast as shit. He fucking blitz past motherfuckers and everybody's like, what the fuck? We just saw him over. No, Dobby's a whole nother beast. Ends up putting Todoroki into a fucking building, but Todoroki ain't phased. Todoroki's been honing this attack. His what is it called? Flash Fire Fist Phosphorus? Yeah. And at the end of the episode, we get to see this attack go off. Now, Dobby has this whole area consumed in flames. Everything's burning. It's impossible to breathe. And he hits him with this Flash Fire Fist Phosphorus and freezes not only Dobby, but freezes the flames in the air. You know, he's coated in ice himself, but this whole thing was hot, frozen flames, so to speak. And seeing that attack go off, after reading it in the comics and then seeing it animated, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The entire area put out just like that. How are you feeling on that?
No, dope. I mean, like the whole fight scene, dude was deranged from the beginning. He kept saying something wrong with that boy. Whatever. Every whatever happened to that boy. Nah, like it was those dope battle scene. You knew he was gonna lose in the end, but it was just like, how was he gonna lose in the end? Because all the flames and everything was passing out. I was like, oh.
And the crazy thing is, Dobby, every single time you saw him, you get to see more and more of his skin get burnt off, right? Because you get to see his backstory as to he has fire powers, but he doesn't have the flesh enough to that's
doesn't
resistant.
have the nerve endings or the feeling or whatever. So he just
his flesh isn't resistant to his own flames, or it's resistant, but it's not impervious to his own flames. So all those burn marks or all those
stitches and whatnot.
Yeah, that you see, all those patches of skin is what's left. That's what the League of Villains have been able to do. All for One has been able to do for him as far as like patching him up, giving him skin grafts and shit like that. So that's crazy to see him just fucking forsake this in his final fight, fully consuming himself. All those patches that he had fucking consumed by flames, burnt off and shit like that. And he's not feeling any of this because his nerve endings are fucking charred. And so he's going all out. And I'm eager for you to see the conclusion of this next episode. Hopefully it's next episode. We'll see. But who knows? They might switch to like Froppy and Uraraka and shit like that. I mean, last time we saw Froppy and Uraraka, the bitch got drop kicked by Froppy. So Froppy's going in. But great fucking episode. A lot of heart. I love that they make you feel for Dobby.
Yeah.
In all this. Yeah.
All the backstory and whatnot.
Fucking great storytelling. But that's it for My Hero Academia. Now finally, Kaiju number 9.
8.
Bruh.
8. Yeah, Kaiju number 8.
5. Kaiju number 8.
Yeah,
My fault.
you didn't correct it.
I'm sorry. Apparently I'm rooting for Mushroom Head. Kaiju number 8. Fucking 5-star episode. Right? Last episode he got captured. Right?
He surrendered. He didn't get captured.
No,
He surrendered.
technically
He could have escaped.
he could have escaped, but technically he wasn't gonna run from Mina, right? So this episode, we open with him fucking strapped to a chair, contemplating his decisions, all that good jazz. His squad walks in.
They make the decision to send him to Maritime.
Oh yeah. We get to see the general, the
director,
the director general of the entire army, which is
what's her face's dad.
Yeah, and all the other faces of the higher ups.
Why does that bald dude look like that dude from Attack on Titan? I was like, that dude looks familiar.
He has the bags on his eyes and everything. So we get to see them make the decision to, hey, we need to pull this motherfucker in and question him and figure out all this big bad and the other. So they make that decision. Next thing we see is this motherfucker strapped to a chair, contemplating his decisions and everything like that. And his squad comes in, lieutenant captain and captain. They come in and
pretty much escort him out to the transport.
Yeah. And during that escort, he's refusing to look at anybody. He's ashamed of himself. You know, he's ashamed for putting his subordinate, the white hair dude, I can't remember his name, but he's ashamed of putting him through all the things that he did. And he gets into the truck and, oh, dude, stand up, dude. He steps out of line, salutes this motherfucker. He's like, hey,
you better come back,
sir. We're confident that you're gonna make it back to us in one piece. Boom, boom, boom. We believe in you, basically. Right.
Hey.
Door closes. He's feeling good. He sits down in the chair, and Mina's talking to him like, "Hey, there's no cameras in here now. Nobody in the 3rd Division thinks you're an enemy. We're all thankful for you for saving us. Basically, we're all on your side. We need to make sure that you win this trial. Basically,
you need to prove you're human. Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then at the end, what's his name? Lieutenant Captain salutes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saluting the kaiju?
Yeah.
Nah, we're saluting the captain.
So the funny thing is, we're saluting the captain thing. That whole scene mirrors a scene in One Piece. You haven't seen One Piece yet, but there's a whole thing about like saluting pirates in that anime. There's a guy named Kobe, right? He's at the time of this scene, he's like a young guy. Luffy, who was a pirate, just saved him and guaranteed him a spot in the Marines, right? And he just saved a bunch of Marines as well, right? While he was leaving, he salutes, right? And everybody's like, or not everybody, the guys who are there with him, who knows that Luffy fucking saved them, is like saluting as well. And then right after they leave and they drop their salute, the guys are like, okay, well, that's 100 push-ups for saluting a pirate, this, that, and the other. And they get down and they start pushing. They're like, okay, we'll pay this penance, even though Luffy really did fucking save us and we owed him this. And so it's funny to see that echo because the creator of this series is a fan of that series. So it was a fun nod to that. But getting back to it, we see him now in the headquarters behind 30 fucking doors of blast proof fucking I think they had their security high enough, right? The girl goes to her dad on behalf of this motherfucker, right? And she pleads for him, and I'm just like, bitch, what are you talking about, bro? A kaiju like this is the one who killed your fucking mom, right? And now that you know, now that I've fucking brought this up to you again, and you understand the fucking stakes, leave my fucking office. And old girl turns around and is like, I don't really give a fuck. He saved my life, so I'm still ready to fucking plead on his behalf. At the same time, Mina's everybody is working to try and save this motherfucker's life. Mina's fucking appealing to her dad. Mina is putting together paperwork on his behalf.
Evidence.
Yeah. Old girl is pleading to her dad. The one dude who was in the other defense force is like calling in favors.
Right.
Yeah, trying to appeal to that. And everybody is on this dude's side, which is fucking gang. For as far as team is concerned, fucking gang. Now we get to the big moment, right?
Comes a director.
Yeah, director general.
Yeah.
Old
Chick's father.
dude's dad. Yeah, old girl's dad comes into the fucking thing, and this is after he then showed her an X-ray of his chest, showed her his core. Gets in there and like, hey, this, that, and the other. Who are you? And he's like, oh, I'm Kaka Hibne, and I'm a human. This, that, and the other. And he's like, okay, cool. You're human. All right, bet. And they authorize the opening of the weapons. These weapons were made from Kaiju number 2, which just shows how long this nigga's been at it. Kaiju number 2, which is basically fucking Godzilla. They played the whole
the whole music.
They played the whole Godzilla music and everything. But it's these 2 gauntlets that fucking clamp onto his arms, and this nigga is strong. If his daughter was able to unlock 62% of her fucking
No,
armor,
it was like 22%.
no, his daughter was up to like 50 some odd percent. And this nigga's clearly up to like 100%. He's known as the strongest they've ever seen in the defense force. They said that shit, and this nigga shows this point blank period. He releases Kafka, and Kafka's like, he's defending with one arm. Basically, he's like, I'm not gonna fully transform, right? But that fucking works against him. This nigga's getting picked apart, piece by piece. He's regenerating, but piece by piece. Arms, limbs, gut, all that shit. Like from the very first start, this nigga fucking blitzed him and rip out his fucking rib for a blood sample. That should have fucking been enough for him to fucking transform. But he's all over this place, fucking running circles, and this nigga's on his heels, not giving him a fucking moment. And he fucking realizes why. Because he's like, yo, this pressure, this isn't normal for a human with unlocked combat potential. This is like I'm fighting a kaiju, and he realizes that the fucking weapons he's wearing was made from kaiju number 2. He was like, oh shit, I'm in danger. I need to do something. But upon realizing that, his arm gets blown off. He tries to run. He doesn't realize that his legs are fucking blown off as well. And he gets a massive blow, point blank and period. But the kaiju in him, the one that allowed him to transform, takes over. And now he's in full kaiju form. All right. Blows back the commander and loses all control. The kaiju is now in control.
Yeah, because he's too weak to
He's too weak to fight back, yeah. The kaiju's in control, all right?
This dude's getting bigger.
Yeah. He has a giant form, which I was asking about. I don't think it's like a giant form, so to speak. I don't think he's going to really go giant. I think it's just how the cameras were working, how they drew it. It was more of a, he's bulking up, he's angry kind of shit. And the last thing we see is this motherfucker blitzing the general. Just
the director
going at him. Yeah, the director general. And they cut out right as this motherfucker was about to fucking knock him the fuck out. Oh, on top of that. So that's kaiju number 8. At the end of, I need to backtrack real quick. At the end of Demon Slayer, fucking Michael Jackson is showing up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. I'm sorry. I forgot to mention that. Fucking the top demon. I forget his name. Oh my god.
You said it that one. You said
I
it
did.
yesterday.
I said it so easily.
You said da 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 da. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Muzan Kibutsujuki. Whatever. I'm too drunk to pronounce this shit. Muzan shows up at the very last moment. He because the Wind Hashira catches an eye of the spy that's been haunting them all season. And he realizes, oh shit, we've been infiltrated.
We've been compromised.
Yeah. And at the same time, Muzan Kibuski is walking into the fucking training facility. And we get to see like a back view of this motherfucker with his coat and everything, white pants, and he's just strolling. And then we get to see the fucking doors open. He's got the whole Michael Jackson entrance. He got the smoke and everything. And then it's just like a slow ass walk And it was so frustrating because I was like, oh my God, let there be something dramatic. But it was just like, you know, and it was just like, oh no, they're going to leave us on this. I knew they were going to leave us on this. But that is exactly what they fucking did.
Yeah.
And then, to wrap things up, Power. Season 4, episode 3?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's get back time, right? Both him and what's his name, the lawyer dude. You know, both him and then what's his name lost his license, or license got suspended, so he can't do anything, losing clients left and right.
Teresa Patrick, Braden West, we already know Kane, Monet, and
McLean.
Davis McLean, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's over here sweating it, trying to make money, so he finally makes a deal with Tariq. Yeah, so he's like, hey, you know somebody who can give me the plug? Mm-hmm. Says he does. And then introduce him some. Oh, no.
Should we do that for the end of the show?
Yeah, do it for the end of the show. So, yeah, no, they teaming up, and then Tariq hatches the idea, hey, I know a way you can make money and keep an eye on Noma. Mm-hmm. He's pretty much going to be your damage control.
Yeah. Yeah. He plays it fucking well. Like, this happened later in the episode. He goes to Noma and presents him with paperwork for her right-hand man. Former right-hand man.
He gets caught.
Yeah. The funny thing
beginning of the episode, he gets caught by Batman.
Yeah. At the last episode, he gets caught by Batman. In this episode, we see the interrogation. Batman presents him with... he goes through this whole questioning thing, and then at the end, Batman presents him with pictures of him and Tariq, all right? And he doesn't even bother to open the fucking folder. He's just like, I need to make a call, right? And then you see Batman leave the interrogation room and throws away a folder of blank papers. Played him, absolutely played him. But he makes a call to his home. Son? Yeah, his cousin. Or brother.
His son.
No.
Oh, his brother. Yeah, I think his brother.
Yeah. And Drew's there because Noma sent Drew to check up on him because he hasn't been answering his phone calls. Drew answers like, hey, this, that, and the other, where you at? He's like, yo, I'm at the police station. You need to pick me up. You know, if Noma's really looking for me, you need to fucking pick me up from here. He's like, why are you here? I got picked up by police, this, that, and the other. Don't ask no questions. Come get me. Drew calls
McLean,
like, hey, this, that, and the other. McLean's like, I can't practice law, but I know I'm going to send somebody. And he sends his right hand, which is this Asian chick that he's screwing on the side, his second, I should assume, his second. She goes, she gets him out, threatens him to no avail.
Batman ain't buying it.
Yeah, they're not falling for it. But he makes all sorts of agreement with Drew, and Drew's like, cool. I need to move up, by the way. He's like, yeah, I got you, this, that, and the other. But don't tell Noma. The second they're back in Noma's vicinity,
him and Kane are already talked.
Yeah.
And they're already about to out him in front of Noma.
Freaking Noma's like, hey, so where you been, this, that, and the other? He's like, and he's like, yeah, ask Drew. And Drew's like, yeah. So I picked him up from ICE. Oh no, he was like, I was arrested by ICE, right? And Drew's like, oh yeah. He was like, ask Drew, and Drew's like, yeah. When I checked in with his brother, somehow we got him his green cards. And no one's like, what? We got him green cards. He's like, yeah, had Lorenz Tate's fingerprints all over it. He's like, we don't have any connection to Lorenz Tate. And friggin' Kane was like, nope, no, we don't. But Tariq has connection to Lorenz Tate. He's like, he does have connections. And it's like, oh shit. He's like, yo, you worked with Tariq to make sure he escaped his fucking execution? He's like, oh no, I'm by your side. This, that, and the other. It's us. This, and no one was like, fuck you, nigga. Stabbed him in the throat. It's like, there's no us.
Never stood a chance.
Nigga bled out, bruh. Bled out right in front of it. Gangster way. This nigga didn't drop until the last drop of blood fucking left his neck. But he's gone.
Yeah.
And McLean freaking showed up, handed her some papers, giving him an alibi so that she won't be questioned for how he got the green cards.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah.
And then on the other side, Tariq's starting to play with everybody.
Tariq's fucking
Yeah,
making as much shit as people talk about Tariq. He's smart. This nigga makes moves and he's smart.
Yeah.
He
Talks to Effie, gives her, hey, someone's dealing on your, trying to move it on your territory.
Gave him samples from
when the night that they went to what's his name's house,
Fight Club,
with McLean,
their potential supplier.
Yeah,
he needed to open up a spot,
and he did exactly what she thought she was going to do. Hey, someone's moving on your property, takes it to Noma.
Yeah, Kane got to work, you know, but Kane's suspicious. Kane is suspicious, and this nigga street smarts. Ain't no fucking substitution for it. This nigga got street smarts. But he's questioning everything. But at the same time...
After he walks in on him and Noma.
Yes. And she's not dumb. She peeped it instantly. And she fucking brought that shit up. You fucking Noma? Like, oh, babe, this... So what the fuck are you talking about? But in that same episode, a couple episodes later, what happens? He ends up dicking down Noma. Kane... You ain't fucking fooling nobody. Everybody knew that shit was gonna happen. Everybody knew that shit was gonna happen from the last episode. But
and then Monet finds out. Monet been trying to find out who took the shot at her, who set up, who gave the letter to Egan's mom. And then what's his name? Pinky ends up texting Tyreek. Yeah, did you send this shit to Noma yet?
The fruity dude. Yeah.
The same time.
He ends up sending that shit to Tariq, and Tariq is like, hey, yo, you didn't send this shit to Mona, did you? And sure enough, at the same time, Mona's phone goes off. She's at the moment, she's like, dinner. Yeah, she's at a family dinner trying to like, hey, I have this idea for a new business. Who's with me? Oh, Diana's like, yeah, I'm with you.
Until we turn a profit.
Yeah, and then I'm out. The other two boys are like, no, we're good. We're with Noma, this, that, and the other. It's like, fine, whatever, this, that, and the other. She finally checks her phone. And she goes off. She's like, Diana, what the fuck did you do? She's like, what are you talking about? She passed the phone around the table.
She probably passed the Kane.
Yeah, she passed it to Kane. Yeah. Right?
Because Drew already knew what it was.
Yeah. Kane sees her talking. Is apparently a Ring doorbell fucking video. And it's of
Diana in a red wig.
Diana.
Giving the note to
Tommy Egan's mom. Giving the address and everything. She gets up. She's like, what the fuck did you do? You sold me out, this, that, and the other. She's like, Mom, I didn't mean it to go that far. Bitch, I don't care. That's too far. I got shot because you wanted to make a power play. No, bitch.
And then Drew gets her out of there. Drew, apparently she figured, Drew, you knew about this too?
Yeah.
And then Kane's about to go over there and kill everybody.
Kane had a gun. He was running out. He had to point it at the car and he couldn't pull the fucking trigger. But that's where the fucking episode's at. It's a wild ride. The next episode is supposed to be crazy because from the previews
leads up to the mid-season finale. So
from the previews, Kane put a hit out on his sister and his brother, and Tariq ends up with a gun in Diana's face. He's pointing the gun at Diana's face, and Diana's pleading for her life. So it's about to be wild. Well, I'm interested to see how that all plays out, but. That's where we're going to end.
What's the name's pregnant with Tyreek's kid?
Oh, we already knew. I thought we already covered.
We never said it.
We never covered that last episode.
We never covered Power. This is the first time we covered it.
Didn't we cover Power last episode?
No, we just covered it.
Okay. Yeah. Dinah's pregnant with Tariq's kid. Yeah. They've been fucking. Yeah. But that's all. That's story threads to pull on next episode. All right.
So we'll see what happens.
So that was covered. That was cracking in anime, TV, movies, this, that, and the other. I haven't watched any new. I did watch Bad Boys, but I'm not going to cover that right now.
Hey, you watched Bad Boys?
I'll cover that next week. It was a date. It was a date.
Oh.
It was a date.
Wow. I was holding out.
Don't come at me. It was in theaters. It's not on fucking.
No, here I thought you were calling. Hey, bro, what you doing? You want to go watch Bad Boys? Nah, that never happened.
You're never available, so don't come at me. If you would have called me,
I would have said, yeah, bullshit. We haven't done it in a while. Let's go. Yeah. Huh?
Okay.
I haven't watched it yet.
The Deadpool Wolverine is definitely a me and you thing. Right. Okay.
We'll see. Until it becomes a you and her thing, apparently.
Stop. So that's what was cracking.
Never mind.
That's what was cracking. In all the thing. Yeah.
That we talk about on this show.
Yeah. And this shot is usually for book talk, but since there's no more book talk,
this is for you. Wherever you're at. And
stay out of jail, goddammit.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Thank you for joining us. Please like, share, and comment. We are on TikTok, Spotify, YouTube. Find us there. Still, Lord have mercy with this fucking Apple Music shit. But find us on there. Share us. We love you forever.
Hey,
And
cheers again.
cheers.
Hey,
And we'll see you next time.
peace out, y'all.